From Europe, where the former Prime Minister of Norway is charged with gross corruption, which he denies, to the Emirates, where the CEO of one of the globe's largest companies has stepped down after the files released displayed communications with Epstein, including an email with a reference to, quote, torture video. He has not been charged with any crime. In the UK, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor faces new calls to be investigated for allegedly leaking state secrets. And in Hollywood, top marketing exec Casey Wasserman is selling his talent agency. He's not accused of a crime, but said he regrets flirtatious emails he sent to Ghislaine Maxwell that had become a distraction.
We are right now in the middle of a deposition of Mr. Les Wexner. Mr. Epstein would not be the wealthy man he was without the support of Les Wexner.
Congress has zeroed in on Jeffrey Epstein's billionaire benefactor, Les Wexner.
As DOJ files show, authorities believe he was the primary source of Epstein's wealth. Epstein began managing Wexner's wealth in the 1980s when Wexner was building a retail empire that came to include Victoria's Secret.
Being taken advantage of by someone who was so sick, so cunning, so depraved, is something that I'm embarrassed that I was even close to.
Wexner has not been accused of any criminal wrongdoing, but his close ties to Epstein have shadowed him for years. CNN's review of the Epstein files found the FBI has had Wexner on its radar since it began looking into Epstein in the early 2000s. According to a DOJ memo, in the late 2000s, when Florida police began investigating Epstein, Wexner's wife took over the family's finances. She discovered Epstein misappropriated several $100 million. After that, Wexner cut off all ties. In 2019, an FBI document called him a co-conspirator in its investigation into Epstein's sex trafficking of girls. A spokesman for Wexner told CNN he cooperated with law enforcement and in 2019 was told that he was neither a co-conspirator or target of the investigation. The files include one undated message Epstein penned to Wexner, writing, "You and I had gang stuff for over 15 years," adding he had no intention of divulging any confidence of ours. It's unclear if the message was ever sent, and Wexner's spokesman said he never received the note, calling it one in a pattern of Epstein's desperate attempts to perpetuate his lies, proclaim his innocence, and meet with individuals who had ended their relationships with him. One of Epstein's most prominent victims, Virginia Giuffre, claims she was trafficked to Wexner, an allegation he has repeatedly denied. Another woman, whose name is redacted in the files, told the FBI Wexner would have models that could not have been over 18 years old do private viewings for him and Epstein. A spokesman for Wexner said the claim is not true and that Wexner did not hold any private modeling sessions with or without Epstein.
Epstein spun himself a web of global elites. Many of them named this weekend by the Department of Justice. 300 high-profile people that appear at least once in Epstein's emails. Some in direct contact with him, others just mentioned in news articles. Criminality is not implied. But Juliette Bryant said when she met Epstein in South Africa surrounded by powerful people, it made her feel safe.
A girl approached me and said she was here at the King of America. He was here with Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker.
Bryant did not accuse the other men of wrongdoing, but said Epstein flew her to New York and then put her on a private jet.
As the airplane took off, he started touching me forcibly in between my legs, and I freaked out. I realized this is not a modeling opportunity. I've been kidnapped.
Bryant received damages from Epstein's estate.
In the last few weeks, Juliette, we've seen people like royals, prime ministers, people in positions of power face real consequences. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's amazing that they're all being exposed, but I just would like to see them all held accountable.
The pursuit of accountability continues. The House Oversight Committee will depose Ohio billionaire Les Wexner next week. The FBI labeled him as a co-conspirator in a 2019 internal document. Now, Wexner and all the men we mentioned deny criminal accusations.